Today we're cooking a pork butt. I'm using my Weber kettle. I'm gonna do the snake method. So I started about 15 or 20 coals, stack the snake all the way around till I get to the end. I always just put my used coals at the end. And I got a temperature probe, and got my billows. So we're gonna use the billows, try to keep this steady all day. Between 225 and 250. Got some cherry wood and some hickory. And I just kind of stack that around. If I can find some room later, once this cooks for a few hours, I'm going to throw a rack of ribs on here too. We'll see how that fits later. I'm going to put the lid on it and let it cook for a little while. I've had the pork butt on about 30 minutes, and I'll just show you where we're at. The fan's been blowing. It was down to about 221. I've got it set at 225. As you can see, the set on the left, on the bottom right square. And I just opened it up to about a little less than half, about half on the top vent. The bottom's totally closed, and then I've just got the billows on its own little port on the side. So I'm hoping it'll maintain 225 for a long time with this snake. But I'm not going to open the lid. I'm just going to let it cook. Pork butt's been on about 2.5 hours, and I just put the ribs on. I just turned the pork butt to the side, and you can kind of see the snake's already went from there all the way around to about right there. So I'll just got the ribs on right there. We're going to put the lid back on. I've got the vents kind of closed down a little bit. We're fixing to go out and let this just cruise on autopilot. So I've got it down to about about a quarter of the way open. It's hard to see. And it's been cruising pretty good at 225. So I'll put the vent about right there, since my fire's about right here. And we're just gonna let it cook. We're gonna go out on the river, ride the boat. When I get back, should be time to wrap the butt, and the ribs should be about done. So we're back from the river. Been gone about 5 hours. Pork butt sitting at 175. Temp still holding at 225. It's been holding between 225 and 229 the whole time. With this Thermoworks signals, I was able to keep track of my temperatures even when we was out on the river. So we're gonna take a look. It's time to wrap the pork butt, so let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's dark. The ribs are looking good. Looks like we're just about to the end of the snake. So I'm gonna close it up, get it wrapped up. So I pulled the ribs off. They were done. So it's been about an hour and a half since I got back and checked on it. And I wrapped the pork butt, and the temperature was about 170 something, and it's getting close time for dinner. So what I did, I put moved the pork butt to the opposite side of where the snake was ended. I added a couple handfuls of fresh charcoal on top of the snake, the burnt end of it, the one that was lit, and turned the temperature up to about 300 on the signals. So that kicked the fan in, brought it up to about 300. And so you can see the temperature's really climbing now on the pork butt. Shouldn't be much longer. I like to pull them around 200. Start checking for tenderness about 198, something like that. 200, 205, just wherever it's tender. So we should be ready to eat here in the next 30 minutes or so, at least. So it's been another 25 minutes. We're at 199. So I'm gonna check the pork butt for tenderness. take it off and see how we ended up stacking the coals and putting the pork butt on the side over here. So it goes in real smooth. Real smooth, so that's good. Since we're gonna go ahead and eat pretty soon, I'm just gonna take this out and put it in a full pan and open it up, let it cool down just a little bit before I pull it, and then it'll be ready to pull. And this is gonna finish up the video, so appreciate you watching.